Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. In today's matchup, we should have a fun one on our hands. It's the Giants coming in at 4-2, going up against the Seahawks, who come in at 5-0. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth. So we turn it over to Brandon Guy.
Yo, what is up, everybody? It is your boy here, Sean, back with another episode of Madden NFL 18 franchise mode. So after the bye week, we are facing the New York Giants as we got a new player on the team. Like I said in the last video, I think I was gonna trade Jermaine Kearse. I decided to give Jermaine Kearse to the Indianapolis Colts for Deontay Moncrief, and I know Jermaine Kearse is better, but I want to make Moncrief, he's fast, just like Tyler Lockett, so I have two really fast receivers, and then I got Doug Baldwin, who's good, fast, and yeah, he like I said, he's pretty fast. Doug Baldwin is, he ain't like Tyler Lockett or Deontay Moncrief fast, but he's pretty fast. He's faster than Jermaine Kearse, and I want players faster and better. So Jermaine Kearse is now an Indianapolis Colt. As here we go, man. Eli Manning. They're 4-2 on the season. Here comes Eli. 15 touchdowns, 4 picks, 1,654 yards on the season. So here we go, man. They lost the last time out. Look at Cleveland, jeez. So here we go. As we're in the color rush uniforms, even though it's not Thursday night and somebody jumped off sides. Eli Manning already working his tactics. As it looks like the Colts lost in today's game on the bottom when I saw a minute ago. So McDowell, he jumps off sides, and you know, Jermaine Kearse, you know, whoa, dude, there's a coach on the field. There's a coach on the field. Both of them are on the field. What is going on here? Both coaches were on the field. What? Welcome to Madden 18, everybody. Now they're back on the sidelines. Okay, so they came out to be on the field for a play. That's nice of them. As this game is starting maybe at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's a good game out here for these Giant fans. They know that they really want to see their New York Giants win, but the Seahawks fans in New York really want to see their Seahawks win in today's game. So, you know, Cliff Averill, he had his first game in the regular season, well, second game in the regular season 2 weeks ago. And then he got that bye week, so he's coming back from a little slowness as Jeremy Lane can't get the tight end down. And finally he does, as they pick up the first down. So, KJ Wright's a little hurt, but I'm going to put him back into the game. So KJ Wright, I put him back in the game, making sure I'm going to play him unless he gets really hurt. Like, if I think he might be hurt, I might take him out later in the game, as McDowell will make the play right there on the run stop. Takes 3 yards back, man. So McDowell, good tackle. And here we go, we're blitzing. And Odell Beckham, Brandon Marshall on this team. The New York Giants has a pretty good offensive squad team, as they're gonna run the ball with Vereen, and Earl Thomas will luckily get the tackle before they get the first down. And these New York Giants, they're doing their thing. They're trying to pick up little by little. But it looks like that's how it's been working for them all season long, maybe, and that's why they've won 4 games. We're 5-0, but this offensive line for this Giants team is playing pretty good, as they're going for another short pass, and Sterling Shepard gets out of bounds, but picks up another Giants first down. And maybe they heard what I said in the last video. Maybe they were scouting and they heard that I said that offenses has to just work easy on us and do their thing, you know, and that's what New York's doing, as they're gonna run it. I mean, fake run and throw it to Sterling Shepard for another Giants first down. Eli Manning with the good throw right there. Here we go. They ain't going to Brandon Marshall yet. Brandon Marshall and Richard Sherman had each other a season ago when Brandon Marshall was on the Jets, but now he's on the New York Giants. So now we get to see who will Richard Sherman guard all day. Probably the one and only Brandon Marshall. Even though they got Odell on the other side, Deshaun Shed has to watch Odell all day, and so far they ain't really going to their good receivers. Well, their two top receivers. They're just going to Sterling Shepard right now, as Cliff Averill will make a good play right there. And now will they go to Brandon Marshall? Well, Griffin is watching Marshall and Sherman's watching Odell, so it's all whoever wins that battle. Is Michael Bennett gets out of the, almost gets a sack on Eli, and unfortunately he didn't. We just missed the sack. So the field goal team's coming out. They're trying to make it 3-0 New York, but I feel like people need to score touchdowns on us, not field goals, as they're gonna maybe miss it as they missed it. And wow, what a crappy ending to the great drive they just had right there. What I'm good throwing out right away, man. We really are. There's Moncrief, number 11, the new player on the team. As I'm just gonna go to Moncrief right here already early in the game, and that's his first catch as a Seahawk. New York challenges the call, and it's still where the ball was. So wow, Eli Manning is probably really stressed with the field goal kicker. Really was thinking they would be able to get a little bit of, not a little, well, 3 points, but right there, that defense of New York, they're just playing hard too. They came in, ran through the line, and got us down real quick. So good play by them. As I'm looking for Moncrief here, maybe looking for Moncrief. I was trying to hurdle, but he'll pick up another first down for Seattle. So good play by Moncrief right there. Moncrief just getting open. He had a whole week with Seattle to train, with whole 2 weeks, and here he is playing good ball. And Marshawn Lynch will have to run to the outside and pick up no yards as somebody's hurt on the play with 4 seconds left remaining in the quarter. 5, but unfortunately we'll stop the clock since somebody got hurt, and I hope it's not one of my players, man, as I'm going to Jimmy Graham, and Jimmy Graham is just going to get a good bunch of yards right there, and that would take us to the second quarter. So I'm going to try and see if if Lynch is out, but he is, and I kind of want to get it to one of my receivers, one of my good receivers, as no one's open. Have to throw to Jimmy Graham, and Jimmy Graham will pick up a Seahawks first down. As Jimmy Graham, man, he comes in every once in a while when I really need him to do what he does, man. Just catch, pick up the quick first down, and does his job. So I'm running again with Richard Sherman, with Marshawn, and he's gonna pick up 4 yards, and somebody's hurt again. As we're gonna do the same play but run it left, man. See what we can do. See if this fullback could get a couple blocks out for us, as Jimmy Graham's doing his job. And I was trying to cut back up middle, but 4 rushes and -1 yards on Marshawn Lynch's day. So this defense of this New York Giants team is doing their job, just keeping Lynch down and making sure you don't do anything. As I'm gonna throw on the run, and that's out of bounds. Marshawn didn't jump and catch it. So Blair Walsh, here you come to make a 35-yarder. I think you got this, maybe. Yep, 35 yards for Blair Walsh is good. So it should be 3-3 right now, but unfortunately for the Giants, their field goal kicker just missed, and this Giant team, they're coming out to win, man. They really want to get the dub. So does Seattle. So as Odell's done a return, and Bobby Wagner's running down the field, and Bobby Wagner will get the quick tackle running down on special teams right there. So good play, good hit by him right there. As he'll probably come out again and do his thing. So yeah, this is a good game. This is a really good game. Oh, they're talking about Oh, what a play right there from Green. Jukes out Richard Sherman and picks up a good 8 yards, man, as Michael Bennett will, whoever got the tackle there is, you know, they like running, people like to run into Richard Sherman's side, but when it comes to passing, they just don't pass to Richard Sherman's side, and I don't like it because I want him to be making plays, but no one goes to Sherman's side. As I'm gonna fix my cord real quick so you guys will hear my mic on mute.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up
The New York Giants. Here we go. They're gonna run. Look at them formation. Maybe they're running left. I don't know, but if they are, I'm gonna be very pissed off as Green is gonna pick up good yardage, and Richard Sherman will luckily save the tackle. But Earl Thomas looks like he got the face mask in, and that will pick up more yardage for the Giants. Man, I said they were running left, and they ran left, and they did what they needed to do. So now they're at the 16-yard line, 2:48 to go. I mean, the time's ticking, so a good play right there as we're bringing the blitz. We're bringing the heat to the Giants to run. Oh my God. Wow, they should have scored, but luckily Frank Clark made the tackle and Perkins is hurt. Frank Clark didn't hit him that hard, so I hope he's alright. Hope he can continue in the game, man. Just, I don't want no regular players to be getting hurt. Like, these are teams where probably might be in the playoffs against me, so I like the challenge, so. As they're probably gonna run to the other side is what they do, and Deshaun Shed will luckily get Green out of bounds right there with 2:20 left to go in the quarter. As they'll probably run it here, so we're gonna put our defensive line together, see what happens. Here we go. The run, the throw, and almost a touchdown with the 2-minute warning coming up. So the Giants are doing what other teams couldn't do. They're driving down the field, getting Seattle's defense just tired. They're really getting us tired. They're running up the middle, getting good passes off. Like I said, doing what other teams couldn't do. Watch the run, and Michael Bennett couldn't get the sack, and Brandon Marshall gets the Giants touchdown as Odell and Brandon Marshall are celebrating in the end zone. So I had KJ Wright on Brandon Marshall, but maybe I shouldn't have put a lineman. So it's 7-3, and we're down by 4. We have not gone down into halftime yet, losing. So, and there's still a lot of time left, unfortunately, for the Giants. They really would just want us to go into half, them with the lead, but we got a lot of time left. This Seattle team does. So, as Tyler Lockett will take it up to the 23-yard line. So here we go. Let's see if we got the skill to get down the field, man. This Giants defense is just killing us right now, man. I wanted to go to Moncrief. No one's open. And look at Russell Wilson using his feet right there with that beautiful spin to pick up maybe no yards, but a little bit. So just trying to find the good receivers open. As I'm throwing to Moncrief right here, and he catches it in with traffic. Deontay Moncrief caught that. I don't think Jermaine Kearse would have hung on to that, baby. So here we go, trying to do what we need to do here. And driving up the field as fast as possible. And what a play by us right there. And Darboh is going to score a Seahawks touchdown. What a play right there. I did the quick slants, and I just took off, and I knew Darboh or whatever would be wide open. And that's his first career touchdown, so proud of him right there, as Blair Walsh is trying to make it 10-7, and that's what he's going to do. 10-7. What a throw, but the Giants still have a good time of driving up the field, man. And Eli Manning, he ain't scared to drive up the field. And the Seahawks defense ain't scared to play good defense, so we'll see how this works out as Odell Beckham is going to take it out again, and Odell is going to get to the 25-yard line. So if he would have just taken a kneel, it would have been the same amount of yards. So here we go.
Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Here we go. Let's see what's gonna happen. All receivers are out. Here we go. Watch Brandon Marshall. No, they ain't going to Brandon Marshall, but there's a flag on the play. Hopefully it's on the Giants. Hopefully it's on the Giants. Pass interference? What BS? So pass interference and the Giants will get more yardage what than they deserve right here, man. But you know what? They're doing what they're doing. They're making sure Seattle gets penalized, and they're playing good football out here, man. They're just doing what they usually do as they're going to Richard Sherman, and Richard Sherman got beat by Brandon Marshall. Wow, Marshall. Wow, what a play by Brandon Marshall right there. Richard Sherman and him are going to be fighting all day, looks like, out here. Because I'm going to put man on man with Brandon Marshall. Richard Sherman versus Marshall, why not? As they're going to go to the green here with the spin move. And Deshaun Shedd will pick up the tackle, and we're going to call a timeout just to make sure we have time if they score, to try and score before half. As will they go to back to Brandon Marshall here. They're on a motion. Here we go. Sterling Shepard. Watch Sterling Shepard as they're going to throw it to Tammy. And we're going to call it another timeout, man. I'm pretty much wasting my timeouts here, because I think they're going to score, honestly. I really do. As here we go. Another lineman versus Brandon Marshall. I got two linemen on Brandon Marshall as they're going to score with Sterling Shepard. So the Giants have scored again, man. And this is one hell of a game, as we will be back down by 4 points. But we still got a lot of time, man. 35 seconds, one timeout. Here we go, Seattle. Let's just drive up the field, try and get into field goal range, and make it 13-14 going into half. We're just gonna let it go. Here we go, Tyler Lockett. Well, Russell Wilson in the Seattle offense. We're just out here to play football, man. So here we go. Trying to look for the wide open man. So I'm going to Tyler Lockett, and it's incomplete. And this Eli Apple. Eli Apple makes a good play right there. As man, I might as well pick my own plays if they're not going to give me anything good, as I'm going to do a PA crosser that worked on the last team we played, the Rams. As they're going to really try and, like, press us as I'm going wide open. Doug Baldwin will get tackled down, and I'm going to call my last time out. Doug Baldwin getting a good play right there. As now it's time to see what we could do here. Here we go. We're kind of getting in Blair Walsh's range here. I'm trying to look for Moncrief. No one's going to be open, but Jimmy Graham will get out of bounds with 15 seconds at the Giants' 7-yard line. I thought I wasn't going to get anybody open, but sorry to say, I guess I did, man. Jimmy Graham doing what he does best, getting open. As we're going to put Marshawn Lynch with the block, and Russell Wilson will be kicked out of bounds right there. As we're trying to score here. We really are trying to score, bro. And if I can, I guess I can, but as I'm going to fire it in there, and it's incomplete. Tyler Lockett, 3 seconds. Wow, I might as well kick the field goal, bro.
One thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them, they've sat back.
What kind of fake could we do here? We're running with Thompson, bro. Whoa, look at the face mask. I get one more playoff. I get at least one more playoff, bro. Thanks for the face mask. Thank you for that face mask.
Forcing the field goal, it'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, the force was trying to make something happen that just didn't need to, right? I mean,
Yeah, we might as well go for it.
it's over. Instead, it creates a penalty.
Final play.
And we're gonna go for it and get the touchdown, Doug Baldwin, baby. Let's go. They gave me that other opportunity to think, and I thought to myself, I might as well go for it, man. Make sure we go into half with leading score, man, and we get the ball out of half, so that helps us a lot as I'm going to Jimmy Graham right here, and we'll get the 2-point conversion as well, so we're up by 4 points right here going into half. What a good first half of football. What a great first half, man. So we get the ball back, and you know what the Giants defense needs to do? They need to make sure we don't get any good plays off. They got to make sure we don't score, because if we score, man, it kind of hurts them badly too. It don't hurt us that much anymore if we score. But like I said, you never know. This Giants defense is making sure Marshawn don't run on them and doing what they need to do. Let's see what we can do out of this second half starting. And Marshawn Lynch just finally don't get a good gain of yards, 4 yards right there, but unfortunately in the total game he only has 3, and usually Beast Mode like is running 80, 20 around, and just in this game I guess I couldn't get holes open, and Marshawn Lynch has done pick up of Seahawks first down as he has 6 rushes, 11 yards. And if you look at it from like a fantasy, if you're a fantasy player of freaking Marshawn Lynch in this week, kind of sucks that, even though I know it's a game, even though, like, I'm just joking, as Marshawn Lynch is gonna get stuffed in the backfield right there. Picks up 1 yard, but Marshawn Lynch is having more of a struggle against the Giants than any other team he's faced this season as a Seahawk, man. As I'm looking for Moncrief not open, and I'm gonna fire it in there to Jimmy Graham. Luckily threaded the needle right past 2 players, man. I'm lucky I didn't throw a pick. I'm really lucky I didn't throw a pick, as time is wasted in this Giants defense. They're kind of slowing down right now, man. They really are. As we're gonna run the ball in, Marshawn Lynch is gonna pick up a little bit of yardage. This Giants defense is really getting tired there. I know the half just started, but just the way we're playing right now, we're just playing dirty football, doing what we need to do. Throwing to Jimmy Graham now, and we're gonna pick up a first down as Jason Pierre-Paul has been quiet all day. I just saw his jersey, so I just thought about him as Jimmy Graham. He's probably the highest targeted receiver in this game. 5 receptions with 82 yards as Thomas Rawls has done a run, and Thomas Rawls breaks out of the tackle, and Thomas Rawls will score a Seahawks touchdown. Thomas Rawls fighting 4 yards and a touchdown. First touchdown on the year for Thomas Rawls, and he's probably really happy as we're going with another fake, and they're going to fall for it again, and Luke Wilson will get the 2-point conversion. As I'm just trying to run up the score, make sure we have a higher score than letting Eli Manning come out and do what he does. So right now, if you're the Giants, you need to score. Make sure we don't score. Get the ball back, and maybe score for the dub. You never know. If you're the Giants right now, Eli has a lot under pressure, and so does my defense, man. They know they got to work harder against the Giants. They've really struggled. Richard Sherman has got beat, and they really haven't tried to Sean Shed yet. The run game has been good and strong for the Giants as they're going to run it again, but this time Bobby Wagner will kind of stop it right there for a 2-yard gain. But if you're the Giants, you need to be airing it out. I know that's a dangerous thing to do against Seattle, and Eli knows it, but he's been threading the needle, doing his thing today, and making sure he don't throw any picks. As they're going to run it again, and Earl Thomas is going to take them back for 2 yards or 3 yards. So unfortunately, he loses 2 yards right there. 3rd and 10 with a minute and 20 seconds to go in the quarter. And if you're Eli Manning, you want to start fighting a little bit better, do what you need to do, and try and get the dub here. And the throw in, Earl Thomas cannot get the ball out of Jacob Tammy's arms, and that will be a Giants first down, as both the tight ends for the Giants and Seahawks, it's been a good game for all of them, man. So as they're gonna maybe run it again, as they don't, they just fake it, and they're gonna go deep, and Brandon Marshall has beat Richard Sherman again. Brandon Marshall versus Sherman all day, man. It looks like it's time for Brandon Marshall to show off. It's maybe because I don't have man-on-man the whole time, but that's whatever, bro. As they're gonna go for another pass. This time they're gonna go to Odell Beckham, because that time Richard Sherman had Brandon Marshall locked. It was going for that deep route, and Richard Sherman did what he needed to do and locked up Brandon Marshall right there. So I'll take that as a win for Richard Sherman on that play, what just happened. But finally, they hit Odell Beckham, as Green is gonna run it in for a touchdown, maybe. So not even back to the line of scrimmage. He's gonna lose a couple yards down. They're close. As here we go, Richard Sherman versus Marshall, just in case. And here we go. They're running in. They're gonna score with the run by Green. Green scoring touchdowns. What a play by the Giants, man. And their field goal kicker earlier in the game missed a good field goal, as he will make this one to make it 21-26 with 4:30 left in the fourth quarter, man. This is a pretty good game, as the San Francisco Giants 49ers are struggling badly this season. They have not even won a game yet, as Tyler Lockett basically kind of gets stuck on his own men right there and falls down, really, and fortunately it just happened. So here we go, PA stretch. We've ran the ball a little bit. Thomas Rawls scored a touchdown on with the ball carrier and beat out Marshawn Lynch, as Marshawn Lynch will spin around the linebacker and pick up a little bit of passing yards for himself. So what a spin right there. I really thought that would have been a loss for yards, but Marshawn Lynch made the best of it and spun out and did what he needed to do. As Marshawn Lynch is gonna fight for the Seahawks first down and a little bit more, as he has 25 yards in this game, man. He ain't having the best game, like I said, but he's out here doing what he needs to do. And the Giants have some good DTs. Like, they have some good defensive tackles. As we're gonna run it again with Marshawn and really not pick up any yards, man. As we're gonna do a PA read, and last week when Dylan Thompson was out, I tried to do the PA read, and unfortunately it was picked. As I'm gonna go to Moncrief. Moncrief open. Moncrief gets tackled down barely before he scores a Seahawks touchdown. Moncrief, man, he likes being on Seattle. I sure do, Mr. Main Curse already, but Moncrief is doing what he does, and Moncrief has 4 receptions and 93 yards, so that's not bad. As I'm going to run it with Thomas Rawls again, and Thomas Rawls again, it keeps on taking Marshawn Lynch's touchdowns, but Thomas Rawls is doing what he does as a good backup. That's why I like having Thomas Rawls as a backup. Like, he's fast, his good ability, and he's helping me win this game, man. So thanks to Thomas Rawls, half of this game wouldn't even be our points. So as I'm gonna go back to Thomas Rawls here, and Thomas Rawls will pick up the 2-point conversion as well. So I don't feel like I want to go for 2-point conversions every time. I just feel like I got to, man. The Giants, they're down by 3 almost touchdowns, so they got stuff to do. They got to score a touchdown, onside kick it, score a touchdown, and make sure they don't miss the field goal if we don't get the ball back, man. And then they would win the game by 35-34, which would be unbelievable if my Seahawks defense would give up that many runs. As they're going wide open man on Sterling Shepard in the first play. They get the Giants will score as the Giants out here trying to beat Seattle for their first L for the season. As this game, wow, with our cornerbacks after this bye week, they ain't doing anything, man. We had that bye week and now we're sucking in. Now if you're the Giants, you want to onside it or do something to make sure Seattle don't get the ball back. So they're giving the ball back to Seattle, down by 6. And if you're Seattle, you got to hold on to that ball very well as Doug Baldwin get a good return right there. Maybe I thought he was maybe going to take it all the way down for a touchdown, but fortunately he didn't. So 2:32 left to go. And now this Giant defense has so much pressure on them that I'm going to try and do what I could do my best, man. Is Marshawn Lynch is going to weave around and pick up a first down and waste some of the clock out of this game, bro. Marshawn Lynch, 45 yards. Now he's getting his run on and doing his thing. And now if you're the Giants, you really just need to stop Seattle. That's all you got to do. Is I'm going back to Jimmy Graham. Jimmy Graham is going to pick up a good amount of yards at the 2-minute warning, and we're in field goal range, and that's not what the Giants wanted. They did not want Seattle back in scoring range at all, because if we score, that means they got more to do, man, and more to do might take a little bit more. And there's a flag. I think there's holding on the field. So what's going on here? So holding on the offense. So unfortunately there's a holding. It's 1st and 20, and now Blair Walsh is, he wants us, we gotta pick up more yards for Blair Walsh. I think he has the leg power to kick it from here, but I don't know. But as Marshawn Lynch is gonna just pick up the, oh my god, Marshawn Lynch broke out of the tackle. Marshawn Lynch is almost scoring touchdowns out here. Beast mode, just breaking through tackles like beast mode does. And I bet Thomas Rawls is out there. Thomas Rawls is probably out there and gonna take that touchdown. No, Marshawn Lynch is still out there. We're gonna run the ball, and Marshawn Lynch gonna pick up their touchdown, and that will probably end this game as Marshawn Lynch, the big run he just did, as they want me to go for 2. The big run he just did, and that touchdown he just scored as he makes the 2-point conversion as well. So it's a 2-point game. I mean 2-touchdown game. 2 timeouts for the Giants. And 1:43 left in MetLife Stadium before Seattle takes the dub, or if the Giants can come back to well, maybe overtime. You never know. But like I said, man, good freaking run for Marshawn Lynch. I thought he was gonna go down, but he just kept on fighting. As there's man on this, and we're not pressing. We're playing deep, because every time I press, it feels like something bad happens. So in this week, we gotta just play smarter, as they're gonna run it first play. And yeah, I would not be running it if I was in New York right now. But you know, it's their decision. They could do whatever they want. And they're gonna be maybe throwing, and that's what they're doing. And he's trying to get out of bounds, as he does not, and they won't call a timeout. They'll just have to hurry up the play and call it snap real quick, man. Gotta keep making sure you get out of bounds or something here. As they're gonna throw again deep. Almost did pick off, but there's 1:11 seconds left because the ball hit the ground. And New York's lucky that happened. So as we're playing deep back, gotta make sure something happens good for Seattle. We haven't had a turnover for a while. And actually, I'm gonna take my press chances, man. I'm gonna take my press chances as Michael Bennett will sack Eli Manning. And finally, they'll have to call a timeout. 1:07 left, 1 timeout. And San Francisco are down by 1 point in that game with 3:18 left. And that's a good game right there, man. That is a very good game, as Michael Bennett almost gets the pick. Sack, and Deshaun Shedd almost gets the pick as it's 4th and 13. And if the Giants don't make this, they know they take the L, and these fans could go home sad, man. And the Seattle fans here in MetLife Stadium could go home happy. As we gotta watch the play. We gotta watch the play. Going to Sterling Shepard, and they will pick up the first down, man. I pressed a little bit too hard, and unfortunately for Seattle, they just could not make sure Sterling Shepard did not do what he just did. As they're gonna spike the ball. 47 seconds. Man, this game is pretty good, to be honest. There's a lot of fight in this game, and to be honest, I want to see New York in the postseason. In the playoffs, man. Well, postseason, playoffs, same thing. Because that's a good matchup, man. It looks like it's going to be a good matchup either way if they do not make it. So, Cliff Averill will make the sack there, and unfortunately for the Giants, time's ticking. It's running away. And Seattle's just rolling with this win right here as there's 30 seconds. Cliff Averill bringing the pressure. And there's no pick, but 4th and 16, 25 seconds remaining. And come on, Deshaun, you got to make a pick off of the great Eli Manning. As here we go, man. This is, if they get a good play here, man, that's going to be crappy. But 4th and 16, Eli Manning knows what he has to do. The offensive line has to give him enough time, and they're going to throw it, and it's incomplete, and that is the ball game. Jeremy Lane defended really good, did what he needed to do there. So unfortunately for the Giants, they take the L in this game, but I'd like to see them in the playoffs. They played really hard. They did something I thought a team could never do, and keep a good game like they did. Like Green Bay, yeah, Green Bay has probably been my best opponent, but like scoring first and fighting hard and trying to beat us has probably been the New York Giants, man. They came out here today, destroyed, made sure Marshawn didn't run as much as I wanted him to until like the 4th quarter, until Marshawn just turned on his beast mode. And Deontay Moncrief did what he needed to do and got open, and it was a really successful day for this team. So I'm just trying to pick up yards right there for Marshawn and let that go to his season stats. As it was a good game, man. Nothing to be ashamed if you're in New York here. You played your ass off, even though you lost by 2 touchdowns. Eli Manning, he just destroyed Sterling Shepard. This receiver group really did what they needed to do here, and I respect that. I want to see him in the preseason, in the playoffs, man. It would be nice to see him. So hopefully we do, man. It would be a hell of an NFC Championship to see these two. Look, none of us scored in the first, but in the third, that's when my team stepped up their game and did what they needed to do. So unfortunately for the Giants, they took the L, but they were fighting hard, and that's what I like. So alright, guys, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.